Hi guys, it's Amy, your golf coach. Welcome to Beginner Series Level 2. Today we're going to talk about the part of the impact area which I'm very excited about, and the topic today is the release. Last lesson was on the downswing transition. I hope you guys watched it and did very well with the drill. It was the simplest two-step drill I could ever give you. Now, if you have mastered that, I wanted to go into the releasing of the club head so it kind of connects the hand movements. That way you can connect the swings a lot easier. The impact area is known as the moment of truth. We really need to get this down. I'll be talking about the impact the next couple lessons, including today. I'm very excited about it. The release is what we're going to talk about today. Let's get started. When it comes to release, you can really divide it into the classical 80s style release versus the modern. So classical would be, we had different kind of clubs. We had steel shafts that were very weak, so a lot of players used to throw through and kind of flip the hands through. But now modern golf swing is more controlled. It needs more precision. It needs more compression. It needs more power. So it has changed a lot, and more tour players are using their trail hand for more control and compression. The trail palm and trail index, which goes along the lines of my Cordex theory. On my website, mpswing.com, I do have Cordex series on there to help you teach the simplest form of golf swing possible, so you can use your trail hand and your core the correct way, so that way you can build an effortless swing with less time, less injuries, and more power. So if you're interested, please come join www.mpswing.com, become a family member. Love mingling with you guys so we can all become a happy golfing family. So today's lesson has a lot to do with the Cordex theory I teach of. So when it comes to compressing the golf ball, I often mention which hand to use more of. But today we're not gonna focus on the hands, because I want you to literally focus more on the club face orientation for this lesson. So instead of focusing on the hands, which we will eventually when we start talking about the left wrist bow at impact, but today, not the hands. The focus is on the club face orientation, okay? In the last lesson, we did a split grip, step, turn and drop. That's what we did. We're gonna continue on from this step, turn and drop position and go into releasing the club. If you have seen a lot of my golf lessons, you know exactly where impact, boom, and post-impact, boom, about 3 feet past the impact area. You know those two spots very well. I'll be mentioning those two spots a lot today. So when you go step, turn, and drop, your trail hand is supporting the club head, club face, and everybody's slightly different in this position. I am slightly more inside here because my backswings are upright. Some people tend to be a little bit more over the top. As long as you are close to being on plane, it's not a big issue. And as long as the hips have led and the hands are following, we're pretty good here, okay? So from here, what happens, you get into the impact, boom, boom. So we want the club face square to the target, which means that club face is perpendicular to the target. But, you know, I work with the flight scope guys. I use that launch monitor, and they have educated me on all kinds of angles, and I have learned that a lot of the pros at impact, when they hit a very good shot, their club faces anywhere between like 2 to 3 degrees opened. Not all the tour players are like that, but that's kind of a pattern that I've seen. So that's something good to know, right? It's really from this position to like post-impact area that we really need to start releasing correctly, and that's going to help form the correct club face angle at impact, which is going to be anywhere between like -2 to +3 degrees. That's what we're trying to achieve. A lot of amateurs at this point tends to hold that left grip too tight, going to the golf ball with way open club face. And that's really going to cause you to hit a big slice or even shank it because your face is too open. So you have this really bad thin shots, shanks, and slices. But from here, a lot of the times, if you try and make up for that open face, then you flip vigorously, then it's going to be a hook. A lot of the golfers that go over the top, which is a pretty big percentage, tends to realize that if they release through from here, they're just going to hit the golf ball straight left. So a lot of people that go over the top don't tend to release correctly and keep that club face way open to compensate for the direction of the ball, so that way they either hit like pull slices or starting right and then slicing more, those kind of right miss shots. Releasing, we want that toe to turn over, and at post impact we want that toe to be pointing at 10 o'clock. That's if you have laid down a clock and that's 12 o'clock there, 6 o'clock is behind me, 9 o'clock is over there, then toe pointing to 10 o'clock is what we need. We don't want it flipped too much to the point where it's facing way down. For those who actually go in way open, probably feel like they're turning their hands over a lot, but if you can achieve 10 o'clock, that's all we want. Let's go straight into the Aimeefied drill. All right, I have an 8-iron here and a golf ball. Ta-da! So we're basically just going to step, drop, and get to the impact area and then push the ball. You're going to step, drop, get to the impact area, and push the ball. If you tend to come into the golf ball with way open club face, then we can exaggerate it by aligning that golf ball to your toe of the club face. One little tip before we wrap up here, after you have pushed the ball and you are in the post impact position, boom, right here, the toe is pointing at 10 o'clock-ish, and the position of the club head, actually, it doesn't have to be directly on the target line because your body is turning and your club is moving slightly more inside because of your body turn. So it could be anywhere slightly inside of that target line, or even if it's on target line, it's okay. If you're trying to exaggerate, fixing that over the top, exiting left, that's perfectly fine, but I want you to understand that club head position at post impact. We talked about the release today, focused on the impact area and the post impact area, which is 3 feet past the impact. So at impact, we understand now that club face can be anywhere between -2 degrees shut to +3 degrees opened. A lot of the pros do have a pattern of being slightly open at a good shot. At post-impact, this was more important part. After the ball push, we wanted that club face to be pointing at 10 o'clock. Path of the club head is supposed to be on the target line, or because the club is moving, turning with us, it could be slightly inside that target line. So I hope you guys were able to grasp that idea and really try the ball pushes. If your face goes in too open, try and exaggerate and put the ball on the toe. Let me know how it goes. If you get this release going, the next couple lessons I'll be talking about the hip turn, the weight shift, and the left wrist bow, etc., etc. So let's get control over the club face orientation so we can master the rest of the impact. Thanks for golfing with me. See you in the next one. Mwah.